So we're looking at question 7 of the Edexcel 2017 C1 paper. And question 7 says that the curve C has the equation y is equal to f of x with x is greater than 0, where f prime of x, meaning the first derivative of our function, is equal to 30 plus 6 minus 5x squared, all divided by the square root of x. So we're told that a point P lies on C, and this point P has x coordinate of 4 and a y coordinate of -8. And then we're told to find the equation of the tangent to C at this point P, giving our answer in the form y equals mx plus c. So to do this, we need to work out our gradient m and our constant c. So to do this, we know that it's a tangent to C at P, meaning this line will have the same gradient as our function f of x. And well, we're given the first derivative of our function, and we've also given the point of P. So if we sub in our x value into this will give us the gradient that the function f of x has at this point P. So if we sub this in, f primed of 4 is equal to 30 plus 6 minus 5x is 4, x squared is 16, over square root of 4 is 2. So 5 times 16, 10, 6, 5. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 6 is 30. So 80, adding those together. So f primed of 4 is equal to 30 plus 6 minus 80 is minus 74 over 2. Now, minus 74 over 2, can't do that in my head either. So 74, and we're timesing by a half here. So a half times by 70 is 35. Half times by 4 is 2. Sum of those is 37. So f primed of 4 is equal to 30 minus 37, because remember this was a minus 74 here, is equal to minus 7. And this will be equal to our m, because this is telling us the gradient. So we have so if we look back up, we know that our equation should be in the form y equals mx plus c. And now we know y is -8, m is -7, and x is -4. So we can work out c. So if we say that -8 is equal to -7 times by 4 plus c, you can multiply it out and solve for c. So -8, we're going to add it over. So that is plus 7 times 4. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 times 2 is 28. Equals c. c minus 8 plus 28 is 20. c is equal to 20. So our overall equation will be y is equal to, our gradient is -7, -7x, plus our constant c is 20. So for the next part of the question, we're asked to find f of x, given that we know f prime of x. So to do this, we simply integrate this, because this is our differential of our function, and that will give us a constant of integration, but then we can remove that, given that we know a point which lies on our curve. So first, to find f of x, let's integrate that. So we know that f of x is equal to the integral of 30 plus 6 minus 5x squared upon square root of x dx. We can simplify out this fraction here. It's f of x, again, is equal to the integral of 30 plus 6 upon the square root of x is 6x to the minus half, minus 5 x to the half, x squared upon x to the half is x to the 3 over 2 dx. So now we can integrate this. The integral of 30 is 30x plus 6 times by the integral of x to the minus half. Well, we add 1 to this minus a half. That gives us positive a half, and then we divide by that. So that's 6 times by 2x to the positive 1 half now, minus 5. Now, x to 3 over 2. So we add 1 to 3 over 2. That gives us 5 over 2. Then we divide by that. So that's 5 times by 2 over 5. X to the 5 over 2. Then remember our plus c here. So we can tidy this up a bit. f of x is equal to 30x plus 6 times by 2 is 12, x to the half, minus 5 times by 2 over 5 is 2, to the 5 over 2 plus c. Now we know that the point which lies on this curve is x equal to 4, y is equal to minus 8. Let's just write that here. We know that x is equal to 4. We get y is equal to minus 8. So we can sub that in, given that we know that f of x is our y, so our y is equal to this. So minus 8 is equal to 30 times by 4 plus 12 times by square root of 4 is 2, minus 2 times by 4 to the 5 over 2 plus c. Now 4 to the 5 over 2 is equal to 4 to the half to the 5th power. 4 to the half is 2, so it's equal to 2 to the 5th. It's equal to 32. So we can sub this in now. We have minus 8 is equal to 30 times 4 is 120, plus 12 times 2 is 24, minus 2 times by our 32 is 64, plus c. Check these all over to the other side to calculate c. Minus 8 minus 120 minus 24 plus 64 is equal to c. So minus 8 minus 120 is minus 128, then minus 24 plus 64 is equal to c. It's not c. Minus 128 minus 24 is minus 152, then plus 64 is equal to c. Minus 152 plus 64 is minus 88. That is our constant. So now we can sub in this c. We have f of x is equal to 30x plus 12x to the half minus 2x to the 5 over 2 plus our c, and our c is minus 88, so minus 88. And that's our final answer.